If you're watching these videos in a series, this is number 3. So, your meeting was either well received by your boss or it wasn't. If I didn't say it before, keep that first meeting short and sweet. Most likely you've shocked them and they will need time to think about it. Your next meeting will hopefully start with your supervisor providing you with constructive feedback. Don't allow your boss to start reading off a list of all the things you've done wrong in the past or attack you personally. You can politely interject and steer the conversation by stating, "It took me weeks to get up the nerve to talk to you. I'm here because I want to improve myself, and now it feels like you're just beating me up." Or, "This is extremely difficult for me. I'm here because I was hoping you would give me positive advice and direction for moving forward. Trust me, I know this sounds like you're groveling before your boss, but your approach will be coming from left field. If anything, this new approach should shame them. Maybe this is the only way we can change the culture. Senior management is unwilling, so that leaves it up to the employees." Number 1 rule if you are a supervisor. The first thing you should do is thank your employee for coming to you. Let them know this first step to improving their work environment is extremely important to you. You need to mean it. If you blow this chance, you will never gain the trust of this person. Your behavior and reaction to this person can act like a poison pill. If you behave badly, it'll spread quietly throughout the organization. Listen, your direct report is telling you they want to help you. They need your leadership. Don't fail them. Okay, some do's and don'ts. If you're an employee, be sincere. But if you are met with hostility and rudeness, then politely back off and end the meeting quickly. Remember, if you have been grumbling about the company and letting coworkers know how much you dislike your idiot boss and the entire self-serving senior management team, it will take time for them to change their current view of you and to figure out a way to bring you into a team environment. One more thing. Give your supervisor time to think about your offer, but also do a little self-assessment. Have you been the poison pill of the company? How do your coworkers feel about you? Do you offer to help others when they need you to pitch in? Do you inspire your coworkers? Do you motivate and praise your coworkers for good work? Or are you the angry, insecure employee that blames your teammates when something goes wrong? Think about this. Now, if you're a supervisor, do not use worn out phrases like, "Corporations are not your family." Just like real life, companies are not always fair. Get used to it. If you don't like it here, you should look for a new job. Find a job that you are passionate about and you won't mind working 60 hours a week. It's not discrimination, it's about attitude. It was trial by fire and you failed. Bad things happen to good people. And my least favorite phrase, you've overestimated your value to the company. There are pieces of truth in these phrases, but figure out a better delivery. When someone reaches out to you for help, you don't kick them when they're down. How would you feel if your boss repeated one of these phrases to you? And here's just a brief word on my opinion of the American work culture. These phrases from supervisors have become part of the American work culture. The worst part, these words really do damage and wound us more than we're willing to admit. Many of us may blow off the comments and chalk it up to, "My boss is a jerk." But if we are honest, these words injure us. We start second-guessing ourselves and maybe start a paranoid mental discussion in our head. Maybe coworkers do think I'm stupid, that I'm a slacker and I can't cut it. Or my boss hates me and is just trying to force me to quit. Maybe I should. Or we may just accept what we've been told, not realizing the possibility the company is a hostile work environment. Now, for the main issue, culture. I both love and hate talking about this subject. Small companies, big corporations, they all need to describe their purpose and intention. So they write two official documents. The first is the mission statement. It's the purpose of their organization and how they serve their customers. Basically, it's the business strategy and vision of the CEO or owner. And the second is the company culture. It's supposed to be the collective personality your whole team displays to each other and to customers and the greater community. And this is where the quiet quitting hides. A company's culture is sort of like an unseen spider web. It's way up high in the corner. Everyone knows it's there, but it's easy to ignore if you just don't look up. From day one, the little spider starts weaving what will become your company culture. Some CEOs and owners know this and will make sure it's executed, controlled, and adopted by their senior management team to their standards. It's a high priority, and they expend huge amounts of energy making sure the culture is watched as closely as their financial statements. But often, after a company has been around for a few years, the web has been completely forgotten. It's up there in the corner, but no one has tried to inspect it or knock it down. This is a problem. Everything changes. Nothing stays the same. And that means that spider web needs to come down every few years. Now, tie it together. Who drives the culture? Senior management. I believe CEOs and owners become overwhelmed by the growth and success of their companies. No one can manage everything. Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, all incredibly successful. But they all must have faced significant issues as their companies grew. One very particular area that most likely caused them significant anguish was senior management. Choosing, mentoring, trusting, and then the succession plans for those senior management teams. How do you find people with your same vision, drive, and commitment? Oh, yeah, and then there's that third major competency that is almost forgotten as soon as they are hired: managing the culture. It's unseen, it's abstract and intangible. Your CFO can't directly attribute it to the profit bucket. So it's the first thing senior executives stop caring about. So I'll wrap this up here. Will this work? Will I feel better? You need to answer this for yourself. It's easy when you have 20/20 hindsight and you can look back on a long career. But when you're new to the workplace, corporate America, or any American company, is confusing and frustrating. But if you asked me today, I would tell you, yes, you will feel better. Maybe not right away or even a month later, but in the long run, you will know that you did the right thing. You asked the right questions. How can I make things better for myself, for my family, for my boss, and for my company? And you followed through without fear. You did the right thing, and that is all we can ever do. We work because we need food, shelter, and clothing, and that is all acquired by working. We spend most of our lives at work, so why not make it a pleasant experience, or at least keep trying? It's almost 2023. We can do better. One last thing. Wouldn't it be great if we stopped using quiet quitting and changed the buzzword to Empower Me movement? Good luck, everyone. We're going to need it.